Greetings, people of unassumed gender. I am largely unemployed, and we are back with Planetbase. Now, in the previous episode, we finished off our base on the desolate ice planet, and in this one, we'll be moving on to the even more desolate Class M, moon, I suppose. It is apparently overwhelming, and we have achieved absolutely no milestones. Now, as you can see, we need 12 more to unlock the Class S Suicide Storm planet. So what we're going to do is go ahead and play this base until such time as we have quite a few of these milestones. But I'm going to go and off camera grab the rest from these ones, because really it's just the same thing with a different backdrop. Grabbing the milestones. And again, we're going to do a maximum of 3 episodes here and then a bunch of episodes here. And the reason for that is that we want to keep the series moving on at a sort of quite a rapid pace, and you don't need to see me doing the same thing over and over again. However, I will bring you in all the time for all the interesting bits. So let's jump right into it. Now, the Class M, moon of a gas giant with no atmosphere, which leaves it very exposed to meteors and solar flares. Unable to support wind turbines. Interesting. Okay, so only solar, which means we'll need batteries. Light amount, high. Solar panels operate at full capacity. Atmospheric density, none, so not suitable for wind turbines. Solar flare risk is high, and meteor risk is high, so we've got a double danger for a change, as opposed to just sort of the one, because, I mean, on the Martian planet, the sandstorms weren't really a threat. Okay, now we're going to name this moon after one of Earth's greatest explorers, and that is, of course, Rick Sanchez. But now I have a suspicion that it won't let me, so put it all in there. So we're going to call this Rick Sanchez Memorial Station. No, of course not. So Rick Sanchez Memorial. Or memorial. It just, it really depends on what you want to go with. So we've got north 0, east 103. I wonder if we can get 0, 0 all the way along. We'll go to the very null point of this world, where the coordinates mean nothing. Well, I mean, they still mean something, but, 0? Come on. Yes. Okay, so we are exactly 0, 0, 0 on the board, well, as far as these 2 points of longitude and latitude give me, these 2 cardinal points, rather, but we are at the 0, 0 mark of the Cartesian plane that this sphere is wrapped with. So let us start game. I actually don't know if Cartesian plane is then the correct phrasing for mapping the surface of a sphere. If you know, please let me know down in the comments. Acquiring the text for massive structures will make building a large base a lot easier. This is very true. And we have an absolutely stunning motif there of what is, let's be honest, Saturn. And, well, I wonder what this would be. Perhaps Titan? Or is that around Jupiter? I feel like I should probably know this. Anyway, and as always, we have the runway ramp coming up. Let's see who's first off the catwalk. And in their spiffing blue suits, I'm sure we'll see the workers. And there we go, we have 2 workers, fantastic. A biologist, an engineer, a single medic, and a carry robot, fantastic. So we are shy a biologist, okay, as of compared to the previous planet. Now, without further ado, let us take a quick gander at our surroundings. While the poles might, or the 0 point might be interesting in concept, it is rather bland in landscape. But we have quite a large flat area to work with here, and then as always we'll branch off that way with power or something. So let's get started immediately, because I have a suspicion that everyone's going to die on this one. We need an airlock, there we go, and we need an oxygen generator. And now, just for the simple sake of shipping things to and from, we're going to keep that quite tight initially. So we have 20 meals, 30 steel, or metal rather, 25 bioplastic, 5 meds, and 5 spares. Jeez, they really are reaming us on the supplies this time. And then this will of course recycle into, I believe it's standard 15 and 10. So let's get that set up. And with only 1 engineer, when he's asleep, we cannot build anything. So let's throw down our first solar panel. Now, a large part of me kind of wants to invest in a big guy right off the bat because, well, actually, I suppose that's a bit excessive. We should invest in a medium one right off the bat because, we're really going to need a full load of power during the day. And, oh, sorry, let's throw down our power collector, of course. And we'll stick that, we want sort of our power generation to be closer, so we'll stick our power collector just here and we'll mine out this mountain. Fantastic. And we'll throw down our water extractor right next to our oxygen generator. Or just out here is fine too, I suppose. Now we'll go big, might as well. Okay, now with that running, we can put down the other basics that you've seen 1,000 times before. However, I think for this beginning we'll leave them in. So let's work out where we're going to place this thing. Now this is a bit of an obstacle, but I'm pretty sure it can be flattened. Yes, it will flatten with corridors and stuff branching off it. But we could also mine from it potentially. Let's have a look. We can, so that could be quite useful. Perhaps we'll go around the side then rather. Let's not flatten that out. That means we don't have to go so far towards the edge. So let's throw down our canteen. Or in fact, actually, I'm going to be a bit sneaky on this one. And first place the biodome. And there is a reason for this. Actually, sorry, my mistake. I would like to first place the processing plant. And now there is a reason for that. If I could get the right damn size. We'll start small. Place that there. And then we can throw down another airlock right here at a later stage. So let's throw down our biodome, as they all have to be built anyway. And that one will scale up slightly. Right there. And then we can throw down our canteen. Yeah, I'll build a small one. And our dormitory. Which I will actually not place there. I will place the dorm. Let's throw the dorm down in a minute. So let's get this stuff built and see how we do. Also, let's place our first mine. Although I suppose we want to be able to see where things are going to be, so let's link that up. We'll cancel it before it gets built. And then we can just see where we can fit mines. Now, which side is it putting the entrance? On the wrong side. It's placing it along there. Okay, so we need to cancel this immediately. And that. And that. And that. Yes. Damn it, we lost one structure. Foolish, foolish me. I should have just left it. Oh well, okay. So we're going to void that because we're going to have to place the production plants on this side, it seems. So we'll chuck the canteen right over here. And we'll place the biodome similarly right there. Go for a big one. And we'll place our small processing plant right at this intersection. And then we'll maybe we'll place a couple along here, sort of feeding off it. Yes, that's fine. And then we'll throw down our... what are we going to put in here? Let's think about it. We'll place our dorm off the cafeteria like we normally do. Right there. And then let's speed that up to 4 and see how we do. I feel like my shenanigans here may have crippled us somewhat for resources. But we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so we can drop tops, and let's throw down a meal processor so they have somewhere to eat, a table, and a drinks fountain so they don't all die of thirst. Morale we'll deal with when we have the resources to do so. Okay, that's ready, fantastic, so they'll get some Z's, because that's probably the next thing after oxygen that they're going to be looking for. Can I click on someone? There we go. Oh, no, so it'll be water and food and then some sleep. Okay, so 3 steel remaining. How many are we shy? 3. Which means that this will not get built. So we're going to have to build our mine and our subsidiary airlock off of the remaining steel we get from this. Which is going to be tight. It's going to be tight indeed. Wow, they really start you with quite a bit less, huh? Okay, well we need at least 1 bunk or they're all going to die, or be very upset anyway. So let's get that down, that's a requirement. See, now this is a bit of a problem, because he's quite thirsty, and I need that stuff built before this stuff is. So that won't get shipped for a bit, because there's no metal. So you'll have to go inside and complete this construction first, which is fantastic. Okay, and I still have a spare bioplastic, which is good, which I will use to place down this here potato, so that at least we have some starch running for when this is going. Okay, cool. So we have, out of our 5 colonists, 4 will be able to eat at any given time, and 2 will be able to sleep. Now, I would prefer if you satisfied water before sleeping, whatever your name is, Catherine, but I suppose we have to make do with what we have. And Catherine, our biologist, is asleep. So, yeah. Now we need to look at recycling this thing. Well, I guess we just go right into it, shouldn't we? Cool, go grab the food, man. Get yourself some chow. Okay. Robot's doing its job, that's fantastic. Please, for the love of God, do not break down on me. This seems to not be deteriorating, which I don't want to jinx, but perhaps we get a grace period initially. Okay, where's our engineer? Are you a worker? I feel like you're an engineer. No, you're a worker. Engineers are the other way around. That's right, it's blue and orange, as opposed to orange and then blue overalls. Oh wow, that is pretty though, isn't it? Look at that reflection in there. Now, there really must be some way I can pan the camera. I'm gonna be sneaky. Oh, I can't check that, can I? Here, camera, pan, rotate, Q and E, zoom, R and F. Okay, so snapping a sexy screenshot of that Saturn-type planet might be difficult, but we'll do with what we can. Hopefully it moves up in the sky slightly and I get a slightly nicer view. Although with that reflection, I mean, it looks pretty well lit out here. I wonder if we would lose complete use of solar. I mean, you should get something coming off that. I mean, that is unbelievably bright. Yeah, oh, actually, I suppose what's happened is the sun has moved behind the planet, and so we are now occluded. Or this little moon has rotated away from the sun. At which point, we're still getting plenty of refractive light off of this bad boy, so you'd think we'd be getting that, but who knows. Now, does this planet have a day-night cycle? Is that going to move? It is. Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's just a skybox, but still, very, very pretty. Ah, the sun apparently still rises in the east. We're pretending that's the east. Technically, the game orients from this direction because that's where your colony ship lands. Ah, there it comes, and that sun has very worryingly passed directly through the rings of this gas giant, which is, I assume, larger than the solar system it apparently occupies. So there you go. A bit of experimental physics with Miles. These are probably deteriorating quite quickly. Of course they are. So let's throw this, throw down another starch in here. We'll slap down a bioplastics manufacturer and a metal manufacturer, or processor rather. I'm just going to place them slightly better. We'll put the plastics right by the starch, and the metal will go on this side, where we will have our airlock coming off to stop it, coming off to feed this plant. Okay, let's throw it down right there. Fantastic. And now this is not ideal, but you know, we're trying to be different on this playthrough. Okay, so there, come on, give me that sweet, there we go. Okay, entrance is right there. That's good enough for me. I'm sure there is a slightly better angle we could hit, but it's not worth it. Let's rather just get this built and get the game moving. Now, I would be highly appreciative if you knocked out some food. Now, with one biologist, we should be able to support about 2.5 of these things, but I'm going to place... so this will be slightly overkill, and some of them will suffer every now and then. but we do need a pure food resource. We need to be producing, well, at least 5 food per day, and we're currently producing 4, so this will give us a small surplus. And there's nothing wrong with surplus of anything really in this game. Interesting build order there. I thought he would build that, then the connection, then this, but I suppose it needs something to branch off of, so places that first. Makes sense. Okay, so we're currently at half production. We cannot go, well, we can produce up to 50 per day without, and then we'll be breaking even. We can't go larger than that without getting the solar panel. Self-sufficient reach, fantastic. So we are 1 milestone closer to our glorious, glorious goal of conquering the storm planet. Alright, can we go back? Thank you. So, now I've been thinking, and I was wondering if you guys would like me to revisit any of the older bases at any point. Just say so down in the comments below, and I will gladly go back to them and hunt some more milestones. I'm definitely going to push to max out the red planet, obviously because that is the, well, it's just the easiest, well, I suppose it's the easiest one I have already set up that I could get to a point. I could get to a point where I get all 10 milestones. Wow, I really... English failed me there for a moment, I apologize. But you got the gist of what I was saying. Alternatively, the ice planet needs to be actually built, and it is quite a large surplus of power, so that would not be an issue for quite a while. But I'll probably be doing most of that off camera, just to crunch out those milestones, just to get to the next phase of the video. But let's talk about that, and let's look at our metal production. Now, with only 2 workers and no medbay to speak of at present, we are running quite a dangerous game. So I think what we'll do is throw down said medbay. Now, I'm going to probably branch off this way with more biodomes, I think, or perhaps a spaceport. There's not really much room for expansion out here. I could go up through here, but that doesn't really feel worth it. So I'm kind of okay with sticking a terminus building like the medbay right over here. Yeah, sure, why not? Right there. And then I'm pretty sure I'll still be able to place something like, yeah, like a bar or something over here. Perhaps a bar in multi-dome, that might be, and then a spaceport just there. Okay, now rather than invest the metal and bring in new stuff, because we've now hit self-sufficiency, so technically with enough time we could produce everything we need. And I very much doubt we'll be struck by anything too disastrous that would kill everybody off. Hunger or something. Although that is very annoying. I hate it when they break down outside. Okay, well, our medic has come to do the work, and I'd prefer if he wasn't outside, because if they get hit by solar, they get hit by a solar flare at this point, and they are outside, they're dead. If you get radiation poisoning and you cannot treat it with a med pack, your colonists die. It is just that simple. Their health basically just slowly depreciates until they die. Now I don't know if it stops depreciating on its own at a point, but I've lost on this planet more than I've lost on any of the other ones, simply because of the absolute killer that radiation is. So we'll throw down some storage, because we have a bioplastic to spare, and we'll throw down a single bed. And I only put the storage to get this stuff out of the danger zone here. I don't want it depreciating into nothing. Deteriorating, sorry, into nothing. I still don't see myself presently in need of spares, which is both interesting and slightly concerning, because I feel like I'm going to get complacent and it's suddenly going to whack me with a whole bunch of damaged solar panels. Maybe it's only during environmental disasters that they deteriorate? I'm not certain. I actually haven't tested that. But is that reflection not just absolutely stunning? Beautiful. Alright, well, we're almost at time for this episode, but and I think we're at a sort of a good point to leave off. Let's have a look at, I know I always check them, but let's have a look at our milestones again. We've got survival and self-sufficiency. Obviously expansion is the easiest one to get to next, and then standing and, you know, the usuals. But I think if I were to go for a theme for the space, it would be to acquire the techs. That sounds like quite a fun one, very challenging, especially on a planet of this scale. Very definitely more achievable on the red planet. But I think that'll be a fun milestone to push for, is tech hunting. So we're gonna build up a large sort of resource production network, make a lot of money, and well, buy all the technology in the universe and become the alpha beings in support of our new God Emperor Donald Trump. You heard it here, folks. All praise to the God Emperor. I have never criticized him. Please spare my soul. Alright, and with that sobering thought, I leave you until the next episode. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe. See you in the next one. Cheers.